Hi, heathens. So I racked in my brain a little bit. Racked around in my brain. Why is that such a weird sentence? What to do for today's video. And, you know, I was like, I don't have anything to unbox. I don't really have anything like new to use that y'all haven't really seen that I'm sorry, one of the products that I had has literally just vanished right in front of me. What is happening? Okay. So apparently I'm in an episode of The Twilight Zone right now. Anyway, what I was trying to say was I don't have anything like new because obviously I'm not going out, I'm not buying product, I'm not really ordering stuff online. So I've got what came in my boxes this month. So I was doing this thing where I was going to pit two against each other. And it was going to be like BoxyCharm versus Ipsy Plus because they're similar price range. And then Ipsy versus Allure because they're similar price range. And I'll be honest with you guys, I did not get enough in the way of makeup to really compare apples to apples there. So I do still want to kind of go over which one was my favorite. And it's such a toss-up this month. Honestly, I'm going to have to say that even though, so watching the video, you may not believe it, even though I was kind of disappointed with not getting an item I thought that I was going to get, I'm going to say I guess BoxyCharm was my favorite this month because individually, like kind of looking back, I was the most excited overall about the items that I did receive. With the exception of those illuminating drops. Still have no idea what I'm going to do there. But, like I really liked Ipsy. The regular bag was great, but there wasn't... Anyway, I'm going to do my makeup while I talk. I'm going to try to use some products from those boxes, what I can as far as makeup goes, because most of it was like skincare related. So I'm going to use what I can. And for eyes, we're going to start with that. We're going to go in with the Oriza Beauty Nude Shimmer and Contour Eyeshadow that I got in Ipsy. It's a little quad. So anyway, what I was saying that kind of has to do with this item was there wasn't anything in particular in Ipsy that made me go, oh, yes, oh my god. Like in my regular Ipsy. I mean, it was just, it was good stuff. But it wasn't like, you know, I didn't go crazy over any of it. Why am I so far away? Then for Ipsy Plus, I really, really enjoyed what I got. But it was a lot of skincare, and so I haven't really... Don't get me wrong. The eyeliner from Tarte is incredible. I'm really excited. It's this one right over here. The Tartiest. It's a dual-ended. One side's a pencil, one side's a liquid. Incredible. Amazing. Cannot rave enough about it. Obviously it's sitting right over here, ready to grab. And everything else that I really have raved over in my own head has been add-ons, because that's where the makeup came in. The eyebrow pencil, the IBY Beauty palette. I haven't had enough of a chance to play around with the skincare to really, really formulate an opinion. Obviously, I'm always excited about Sunday Riley products. Since it is a gel to water, I actually have the toner back here because I use it in here, like before bed. And like it's nice, but it hasn't like done anything revolutionary for me yet. And I also received the toner in Allure, so it's kind of like, oh my gosh, what do I use? What do I try? Because I have so many other products that I'm also trying that I don't want to like just stop in the middle of necessarily. So the Sunday Riley is back here. The Levito Inspired by Nature 2-in-1 Purifying Facial Mask and Exfoliator is still back here. I have not had a chance to play around with it yet. So, I mean, I just didn't get a lot to use and compare. So this is that first matte shade down. The first shade down, it's the only matte. And then everything else is a shimmer. So I'm just going to take one on my finger, pop it on my eyelid. There's really nothing fancy that I can do with this palette. I mean, it's incredible. Everything is going on really, really nicely. This is not my first time using it, so I know it works really well. I was really impressed with it. My only complaint about it is that when you go to like close this, it's really easy to just like slide back open almost, which is fine. I guess I'd rather have that than one that I like break a nail trying to get open. But since I had originally said it would be good to like throw in your purse or, you know, take traveling, when I realized how easy it was to just kind of boop, 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 I kind of second guessed that a little bit because I don't want it in my purse and popping open and somehow coming fully open and eyeshadow is getting smashed. Oh, I do have my brows on already because other than that brow product, there wasn't really anything in the way of brows. So what is in my brows right now is actually the Tarte, what's it called? It's the Lifted Sweatproof Mascara is actually in my brows. That's the only brow product I've got in right now. So next is not new, but it's something I don't use often, so I still figured we could get a first impression out of it. It is the Hoola Benefit Original. It's obviously a little mini. I just don't use this bronzer ever. I forget that I own it. I also have the light. So we're gonna give it a go. See if it's something that I plan on keeping. Because I also plan on going through my makeup this weekend and kind of purging what I don't use or don't see myself using. So I might do a look in the next few days after work using some of the more colorful eyeshadow products I have to see what I plan on keeping, what I don't. Because as much as I love everything that I've tried that I own, because otherwise I would have gotten rid of it already, I don't need 35 palettes with the exact same color scheme. I mean, not that they all have the same color scheme, but you know, I might want to narrow it down to the best of the best. Like I have a lot of the ColourPop 9-pan palettes. So, say for example, I have the green one, Just My Luck, which I have used so many times on camera and off camera. So that's an incredible green palette. So if I had another mono green palette, which I actually do, the Huda Beauty Obsessions that I've never used, they're both small, I can justify keeping them. But if I had like a large Morphe palette surrounded on the idea of greens, I can't speak today. If I had a large green Morphe palette mainly with greens, like would I really need all three? You know, that kind of thing. Now if it's, which I happen to have on my desk because I was planning on using, the Magic Mini by Juvia's. This has a lot of shades that I probably have similar shades to in other palettes, but not all together, not such a bright combination all in one. And some of these shades, I guarantee I cannot replicate with other palettes that I own. I can't. They're really unique shades. For blush, I'm going to go in with the Pixie by Petra in Whisper Pink. Try to clean this brush off because I used this the other day, and the blush that I was using was a little more pigmented than I was expecting. This is like a very nice soft looking pink. Oh yeah, that's nice. It's just adding just enough. I do have a little bit of powder foundation on. It's the Maybelline Fit Me. I've had this powder for an embarrassingly long time. Really probably should just toss it, but it's a color that works for me. I haven't hit pan, and I can use it as a powder foundation or to set other foundations if I'm using a foundation that's especially dewy or I'm especially oily. So I've kind of held on to it in the hopes that I'd eventually hit pan. Hasn't happened yet, but you can start to see where the little bits of the silver pan are coming up into it. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Now, for highlighter, I'm going to go in with the Estate Do Me highlighter in, what was this, Lit? Yeah, Lit. Like, this package is a little harder to open. There we go. That's what this looks like. I love the formula of these highlighters. I showed it in my Ipsy unbagging, but I do have another shade in this like Estate Baked highlighter range that I really enjoy. So I'm going to just pick quite a bit up on my brush. We're going to tap it off and apply it right to the tops. So I hope it picks up. It's a very, very pretty. The other one is like this too. This one's a little more yellow, whereas the other one's a little more pink. It's a very soft formula as far as color, but it catches the light really, really nicely. Doesn't look too glittery like some can. Just looks very soft and nice. I'm not necessarily going to say this one looks natural, because it does have more of a yellow undertone, and I seem to find on me that ones with more of a pinky champagne undertone look a little more natural, as far as just like how my skin looks just with sunlight bouncing off those high points. But it's very, very, very pretty. Then for lips, I wanted to finally go in with the Thrive Cosmetics Lip Filler Lip Liner. And this is in the shade Khaki. It was this beautiful brown. So we're going to go in with this. I'm going to put it up just a little bit. I'm just going to line my lips, and then I am going to fill them completely with this because I don't have another lip product. I did have the Galactic Balm and have no idea where it went. That's the product that has mysteriously vanished. Do you use lip liner? Let me know down below. It almost has like a gray look, which is amazing for me. I find that to be such an incredible color. Wow. I don't know if anyone else is going to like that as much as I do, like on me, but I think like gray, brown, purples are like my favorite. I find them the most flattering in most cases. I do want to take just the tiniest bit, if I can find a gloss. I'm trying to find a specific one that should be, yep, right here. It was under the box of stuff that I'd filled. This is the Floss, my new favorite lip gloss in the shade Yule, which is the like just clear one. I received another shade of this last month, I believe it was. So I'm just going to take this and go over, got on the brush a little bit. Just to give it a glossy look. And I'm going to wipe that brush off on my makeup wipe. I always try to do that if I use a lip gloss over a lipstick so that it's not getting the stuff all down in the product. And then, what setting powder? Setting powder. What setting spray do I want to use? I think I'm going to go with the ColourPop All-Star Face Setting Spray, which I haven't used actually on my face in quite a while. This is usually the one that I use to like wet eyeshadows and highlighters, or my brush for eyeshadows and highlighters. Whew. It's got a stronger mist than I remember. Alright, and that is that's pretty much it. Everything else was like skincare, preparation type products, except for the like Tarte liner and then the mascaras, which I still did not want to open just for this video because I do have other mascaras that I'm using, and I still have mascara on from earlier today. That was the other thing I did not take off along with my brow product. So let me know your thoughts. Which box was your favorite? I guess they were preparing for spring to start and everyone's skin to do that thing when the weather changes. So they really loaded heavy with skin products, which is fine. I'm trying to get into skincare and taking care of it and all that fun stuff. So I just feel bad that I didn't have as much to try on. And it just kind of makes me feel weird because I'm like, is anyone even interested in seeing these three products together side by side? So I don't know. Let me know down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe to see more of my content, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!